Hello, I'm Archie Luxury and welcome to the program. Today I'd like to talk about a small independent watchmaker. And it's quite funny, you know, I'm a huge Patek fan. I love the iconic watches and pieces. And, you know, for some people, they kind of, you know, in my own case, I've gone from Omega to Rolex. I had Rolex for a long time. And then I've switched from Rolex to Patek, and you know the holy sort of brands. I've got Breguet, I've got AP, you know, I've got Jaeger-LeCoultre, and for some people, just like I've kind of ditched Rolex and said, well, it's a bit on the cheap side, it's a bit nouveau riche. And there are some people who feel the same way when they. This is an independent maker, Daniel Nicolas, and it's an independent maker who makes these beautiful pieces, and it's all tourbillon sort. You know, he makes tourbillons. He's got some absolutely amazing pieces. And this is what sort of happens, you know, when you. This is what happens when you go above Patek, and it's quite interesting. It's very, very interesting. There was a comment that was raised, and there was an interviewer where they were interviewing Mr. Roth from Daniel Nicolas. And they said to him, what would you recommend for people who are very interested in watches, in well-made mechanical watches, but simply can't afford them? And he thought for a minute, and he said he would recommend Patek Philippe as a good lower-cost brand that makes good movements. And it's quite hilarious there if you think about that there, and. It's kind of, you know, you got these independent watchmakers, and it really follows in the league of George Daniels, who also had, you know, fantastic pieces. He did a lot of work for Breguet, and he invented the coaxial movement for Omega. And these pieces here, Daniel Nicolas, and the you know, you're talking about pieces hundreds of thousands of dollars, and you know, I gotta be honest with you, I love my Pateks. I'm glad that people like this do exist, but I've got to say, in all honesty, there, you know, this is it's the next step. I think for me, Patek is it. And, you know, those really special brands, AP, Breguet, Vacheron, Jaeger-LeCoultre, those sort of brands are it. But it's very, very interesting. This is independent watchmaking. And it's just amazing. The attention to detail is absolutely stunning. Magic pieces, and this is the art of an independent. And you know, for me, I love my iconic models. To me, I think Patek is fine, but to many people, they want that extra quest, and I think only an independent can get you this high end quality. And although I appreciate them, you know, I've come to realize there's always people who are much richer, there's always people who are much poorer, and sometimes you've got to be happy with what you've got, whether it's a small Rolex, an Omega collection, or some really fuck-off pieces like Archie's got. But there are people who've got more money, and this is the world we live in. It'd be boring if there was only a handful of makers. I'm Archie Luxury. Tell me what you think of the Daniel Nicolas.